Hari Om. Welcome to our AA studios. The key to success is to focus on goals, not obstacles. Let's always be a learner and seeker of knowledge. We extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guest for today, Srimati Jayanthi Suresh, Special Educator, and to our team of young budding journalists, to our team Meet and Learn interview session. It's a pleasure to have you with us, ma'am, and we are looking forward to more learning.
The pleasure is mine. The pleasure is mine to see you all such young, bubbling faces.
Jayanthi ma'am is closely associated with kids and helps them to read and write. Her passion is teaching.
Yes, she's got a great passion to teaching, and she's very fond of children. That's why she's our guest today. We are impressed with the work of what she's doing, and we want to know more about her. Can we start with the interview session, ma'am?
Yes, I'm ready.
Thank you. Nanda?
Hari Om, ma'am. Ma'am, which year did you start training kids? And how was your first batch of students?
Yes, I started teaching even when I was studying in school. So the weak children in the class who could not understand much would take help from me before exam and all that. And I used to enjoy that. Then immediately I started teaching after I finished my 12th grade. Very young in age, I decided I wanted to become a teacher. So after my 12th grade itself, I started teaching, helping children at home. Not children with any difficulty, general children, having a tuition kind of thing at my place. My college timing was also convenient for that. It was 8 to 1:40. So after 1:40, we were free. Only 3:30 children will be back from school. So it was easy.
So beautiful, so beautiful. To think so early in life about something what you want to do.
Yeah, I love teaching. Yes.
Oh, lovely. Shubhika?
Namaste, ma'am.
Why
did you want to teach children with learning difficulties?
So I told you I started teaching in 86. No, when I was doing that, there was a neighbor. So this boy had a lot of issues. He could not go to a regular school. So he was an autistic child, but the mother used to take very good care of him. And the child was very, very friendly with me. He took to me very well. So the mother asked me if I can help him coordinating with his psychologist. So his psychologist used to give me tips how to teach him. I enjoyed it very much, and that child was learning very well. That gave me a lot of happiness. Then I thought one day I should teach these children. But at that time, I was not aware of any course or anything that I could do. And I was only studying, no? So I had to finish my degree and all that. So after school, that is when through my neighbor's child, I really took passion to these children.
Okay. It was a beautiful beginning.
Yeah. His psychologist and the mother guided me very well. Because I was very young, no? I had just finished school. So he used to train me. He used to tell me how I have to teach him and all that, how to go about it.
Oh, that's really good. Thank you. Roshni?
Ma'am, Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Ma'am, how do you start the methodology of teaching when a child comes to you?
Okay, that depends upon the child. So all of us, even adults, we are all visually inclined or, auditorily inclined. So we'll have to first know whether this is a visual child or an auditory child. If you see some subjects you like very much, some subjects you understand very much. So teachers are also inclined like that. Some teachers will only write on the board and teach. They won't talk much. Some teachers won't use the board much. They will only talk a lot. So with a talking teacher, the auditorily strong children will learn very well because they only like to listen. They don't like to see the board. Then, so an ideal teacher should use the board and speak. So that way, both the children kind of get to understand. Children who like to see the board also learn. Children who like to listen and learn also get to learn. So I'll have to first understand the child. Next, first thing I go is teach them phonetics, because reading is the most important in learning. And unfortunately, many schools do not teach you to read. They think it has to come automatically. So I start with phonetics, teach them reading, and then go around with spelling and writing.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste, Kanna.
Any incident or person who impressed you to become a special educator?
Yes, Kanna. As I told you, that little boy, Naveen, his name is Naveen. So he inspired me to take to special education. And then I did my special education in Madras Dyslexia Association. So all credit goes to them. They are an awesome team. It's in T Nagar. They help so many schools, so many children. It's an institution, it's an NGO. Lovely. All the teachers there, all my teachers who taught me there inspired me.
Okay. Correct.
Yes.
Arya?
Hariom, ma'am. You have come
Hariom.
face with many children. How do you manage the emotional attachment?
Yes, I'm a very emotional person. I get very attached very, very easily. Can't help it. Sometimes I think it's my strength also. Actually, we should not get attached, but I do get attached emotionally. So I don't work on it much. It's okay. I just enjoy being attached to the kids.
True, true. I don't think so. We can just,
I
prevent
try
ourselves.
to get away from this, but I cannot. So for me, it's always the child's point of view only. I cannot, so any difficulty they have, anything they have, the child is not to be blamed. Either, yeah, I
Totally
have not
agree.
taught well. Yes,
Totally agree. It may be the other
They-
situations around them or anything else, or the elders
definitely.
or
No,
any
for
home.
me, yeah, when my children have not done well, then I have not taught well enough. If they have learned very well, then they are very smart.
Yeah.
That is the only mantra for me.
I too
If they have
feel,
not learned,
correct.
if they have not learned well, then I have not taught them well.
So when I say something and they don't do it, I feel I have not communicated well. So
Yeah.
I feel I have done, but when it's not going to the point where I wanted to go, then it means that I have not, taken to them properly. Maybe that's the thing. So I rethink again on how to do it next.
Yeah.
More of a mother is not, teacher is not only a mother, naturally the motherly instincts is always there. She's,
Definitely,
teacher cannot
definitely.
just
Mother
have
to
just
all the
professional.
children. Yes, mother to a lot of children.
Correct.
Because mother is actually the best teacher for a child. So when we get that motherly instinct and emotionally attached, then we reach across to the student better. When the children feel comfortable, they are very comfortable with the mother. They don't have to put on an act. They can be themselves. They can have bad days, bad mood, good mood, everything. Only when they are that comfortable with the teacher, learning will take place very, very beautifully. When they can have a bad mood and not feel guilty about it and know very well that the teacher is not going to judge them. I do not judge my children when they are in a bad mood. It's okay. All of us can have bad days. It's okay. Then I just tell them, okay, relax. We think about what to do to overcome that. That's all.
Yeah, true. Thank you. Nagul?
Hariom, ma'am. How did you
Hariom.
manage college and training children? How did you multitask at such young age?
So I was not a big topper in college. So as I told you, in school itself, I had decided I wanted to become a teacher. So BA Economics, I just needed a graduation, a degree to do my B.Ed. But unfortunately, I didn't do my B.Ed. That's another issue. I got thing to work in a school immediately after my degree. So I was not a topper in college. My aim itself was to score only above 65%, which I did with no arrears, nothing. I managed easily that. So that's all.
Okay. So it was not difficult for you to manage.
It was, yeah, because my
your
aim
goals were
was
already
not
set.
to, Yeah, my aim was not to be a topper in BA economics and then do MA and PhD or anything. I wanted to become a teacher only. So that was enough for me.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my classes. So it was fun.
So I can see from your
See,
smile.
when
on
you
your face.
enjoy, yeah, when you enjoy what you're doing, no, you don't feel the need to organize or to go that extra mile to make it happen. So it was all just happy and it happened very smoothly. I don't know how I organized or managed. So much thoughts didn't go into it. Playtime, maybe after college, people enjoyed meeting with friends and watching a movie or enjoying. For me, this was enjoyment. I was enjoying myself.
Beautiful, beautiful. Nanda?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you have been
Yes.
teaching and training kids for 3 decades. What difference do you find with kids then and now?
Okay, not much difference with the children. Gadgets is definitely a big difference. So many years, 30 years back, there were no gadgets. There was no Wi-Fi. We didn't have WhatsApp, nothing. Even TV was only limited. We didn't have 24 hours TV running. Okay, it was only in the evening. So nowadays, the gadget, everything is in the child's fingertips. The world is in their fingertips. You just have to touch, you know what is happening in America, or you know what is happening in any part of the world. But what big difference I see now is in the attitude of the parents. So parents no longer have accepted it. They have understood it is okay if the child is not able to do something and that they need to reach out for help. So 30 years back or 20 years, wherever, the school, teachers, parents, everyone were only targeting the child, blaming the child. They used to call them stupid or dumb. They never thought, maybe they haven't taught it the way the child will understand. It was never that concept. It was always if a child didn't do well, the child is dumb or stupid or idiot, all kinds of names in front of the class and all that. When actually the case is not that all children are intelligent. So if they are taught the way they will understand, definitely they can learn. So the difference I see is gadgets, which should reduce. Children should not be introduced to gadgets very, very early. That is my strong opinion. And then the rest is all good only. School parents have started understanding. So very early, they take them for intervention. Very early, they reach out for help. That's a good sign.
That is there.
These days, even schools are kind of there. My teacher used to tell me, my special education teacher, one teacher who taught me what all the special educators and everyone tried to tell schools and parents, it never reached across. Amir Khan did it in just 1.5, 2 hours or 2.5 hours, whatever the time span of Tare Zameen per movie was. He reached across to an entire, then the parents' attitude, everything changed. You know, overhead, that's an awesome movie. So with that, he taught, no, it's not a difficulty. They're all very intelligent children. Teach them a little differently, that's all.
Correct.
So my teacher used to tell, whatever we all could not accomplish, he accomplished. Whatever we wanted the teachers, schools to know, parents to know, he did it.
He did it, yeah. But I still doubt whether if all schools have adapted this. They still judge
Not all
children with the 3
schools.
hours of exam, what they write, and they still have the same old test pattern. Lots of things are there to change also. In inclusive of the portions, what they are having, not much difference between what you studied and what they are studying now. There's a lot of changes in teaching methodologies. First of all, the curriculum, the portions, and then the way to approach children, the way they're teaching it, and how they bring it upon to the children's, desk. This should be changing. That is very, very important.
Yeah, I do not have the knowledge or authority to question their system or the syllabus or anything. So it's okay if they have tests. What I want is don't put down the child who is not scoring well in your test.
That is what I'm saying.
You have a system, you have a system. You have your syllabus. If a child is not able to cope, don't call the child dumb. The child must be smart in something else, maybe not academics. It is okay. Don't break the child. Let the child be in your system. Let the child be in your school. Let the child score less. It's okay. Accept the child, understand the child. Slowly the grades will get in place. Slowly the grades will start improving. Don't break the child. That's all.
Very true. Shubhika?
Ma'am, how do you manage long hours of teaching and home?
So I'm doing long hours. Only I'm 54 years old now. So I'm doing long hours after my children came to very high grades when they did not need my help. So they were independent. Till then I had only 1 or 2 slots. Oh, so it was fine. It was not that difficult.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we can really increase the hours of whatever.
Where there is a will, there is a way. Ma. We can bend backwards. We can do everything. It's not that difficult. Cooking, planning. I am a very early riser. I wake up very early. So I finish most of my cooking in the morning. And then I have help who comes to cook dinner in the night. Because evening is the time I'm busy. So morning I cook lunch. For dinner, I have a person to help me, a very kind lady. So I'm fine. My family is also very cooperative.
Something or the other, works out for us when you
It
really
works out. Yeah. When you desperately want something, you will work around it. You will work other things around it.
Yes. The attraction towards you is so much, children. So people attract us like magnets. You give us the power, you give us the smile on our face, you give us the energy, you give us everything.
Yeah.
So actually, the attraction to come to you is more. Truly understand. Truly understand. Inia?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you teach many kids. What's your take back home lesson and who has been your biggest support?
My support is my family, everyone in the family. So I cannot mention just one person. Take back would be consistency is the key. Work consistently on something, you definitely achieve it. I have seen children with so many difficulties, but very beautifully they cooperate and consistently, I tell them, work consistently every day, work on something, whatever is your, each child's difficulty. Definitely it gives results. Definitely. So my take back is that work consistently and be patient. Children taught me patience. The children taught me a lot more than what I taught them. To wait. If a child has not opened up, if a child has not learned something today, that doesn't mean the child is not going to learn always. If I wait patiently, always they learn. Always. Maybe in a month, I would have sometimes in my initial this thing of my career, I would have, kind of lost confidence. I say, no, I'm not able to do this. I don't know where it's going. Then finally, after 3-4 months, you see, no, it happened. So then slowly with experience, you learn. You have to wait patiently, keep teaching. Don't lose your cool. Wait patiently.
Thank you, ma'am. Arya?
Ma'am, how do you make children comfortable with you, and what type of learning disability do you commonly come across?
Okay, how do I make children comfortable? One thing, I don't judge them. Children are very, very smart, smarter than even adults in understanding what kind of a person the person who's interacting with them is. So when you honestly don't judge them, when you have an honest smile, when the hug is very, very honest and truly with love, children just settle down very, very easily. See, one disadvantage for me is I have a very bad voice, a very hoarse voice. Some children do not take to it, Children can not like it also. So one thing I believe in is, for no reason at all, a child can hate a teacher. For no reason at all, a teacher may not get very comfortable with a child. It is quite normal. But who is the adult? The teacher is the adult, no? So I need to do the coping around. So for no reason, if a child doesn't like me, that's perfectly acceptable. Then when the child knows, oh, she's accepted it, that I do not like her and all that, then the child slowly starts loving you, gets comfortable, then very easily opens up, because the child knows whatever he or she tells me is, confidential. I will never talk about it to his or her friends, not even to the parents sometimes. So, and I'm not going to judge the child. Definitely, that is very, very important, not to judge the child. Slowly, the child knows what kind of a person you are. They get very, very comfortable. So that's not an issue. So now, what difficulty? That was your second question,
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
See, there are different kinds of difficulties, Kanna. Spoken language. So spoken language means that includes your listening and speaking. Okay, then written language. Written language includes your reading, spelling, and writing. Then you have arithmetic difficulties, where the difficulties are in calculation and concepts. So you need to understand the concepts, mathematical concepts, which can be difficult. Then you also have some reasoning difficulties, where it needs a lot of organization and integration of your ideas and thoughts. Sometimes you have a lot of ideas in your mind, but you can't speak it out clearly, or you can't write it out clearly. So there is a pattern. There should always be some children cannot even get the sequence. So if you ask them, oh, how was your trip after their holiday? They may not even be able to say it in a sequence of how it started, go from the beginning. They'll be all over the place. The end, then, no, actually, what happened when we started? This is what happened when we left for the airport itself. This happened. And then they'll go again to the second last day. Then they'll come back to the third day. So organization and integration of your thoughts and ideas, very, very important. So if you get all that right, then writing a summary or writing your answer also will become easy, because you know what sort of a sequence you should go with. You can't start with the result of an experiment, no? You have to go with the things needed. First, the aim of the experiment, then things needed for the experiment, then the method, and then the result. So if you get all these organizational skills in place, you'll be able to answer everything in order. That's important in life skills also. So mostly I get children who have difficulty with reading. See, we see children with a lot of difficulties. Reading is a common thing, because here we do not teach reading. Schools do not teach reading.
True. So Roshni, I think ma'am has answered your question. The second part of the question has been answered. So we'll go to Nagul. Nagul, yes.
Never mind, Roshni wanted to ask me something. Let her ask.
Her question was, you have answered that, because he asked about your common, common difficulties which you're learning, with what the children could come with. Then the difficult part, what you face. So you've answered the second part of the question also. So it's absolutely fine. Thank you, ma'am. We want to learn, so what information we wanted is already.
Yeah, in any child or any particular difficulty.
But no, it's not for any particular thing. They wanted to know about the difficulties, what you generally, the difficult part of the thing, and how do you go about it, which you have explained already beautifully.
Yeah.
So, that is covered. So Nagul.
Ma'am, how long does it take a child to read and write well?
That again depends on the child and me. How well my teaching is being understood by the child. Then if it is not happening, I will change the method. Then we keep on changing. Sometimes it is so tricky. So it depends on the child and me. Normally, see, I cannot even give a normal thing, because mine is a one-on-one program. I do not work in a group or in a batch. It's one-on-one, one child at a time. It's a 45-minute session. So it depends on both of us. I will not say it depends on the child, how fast the child learns. No. It depends on how well my teaching reaches across also. So whether I am teaching the way the child will understand. So it's not only child. So it depends on how this match is working. So each child with me is a different combination, right? Every day we can't tell our sambar will taste the same, our sabzi will taste the same. We can't say that, no. That day the combination can go. You'll tell your mom, no, that day your sambar was very nice. Today it's not tasting like that. So each student with me is a different combination. So when that combination clicks, learning will start taking place. Mostly the blame is only on my part. So whether I am able to understand that child very quickly and teach the way that child will understand.
Okay, thank you. Arya?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you please share any tips and advice for us?
Yes. Reading is power. Reading is knowledge. You all should take to reading other than your school books. Read fiction, non-fiction, anything. Spend less time on the screen, TV or gadgets or iPad or phone or whatever. Play, interact with people, play with your friends, whatever, even chat with your friends. Sit outside your house, sit and talk to them. All this is very, very important. Reading gives you immense knowledge, so many things that no teacher can teach you. And varied kind of books, different kinds of books. And if you don't understand something, feel free to get the doubts in that book clarified. So don't just read blindly and say, oh, I finished so many books. No, that's not the idea, to read this many number of books. You'll have to understand whatever books you have read. Then have a kind of reading assessment for yourself. Each character, whatever characters you have read. See if you can kind of think of any person you've come across with such a personality, any incident in the book that you have come across in your life, or anything in school, any such. Try to associate the events happening in the books with other real life incidents. Write book reviews, write a lot, make journal entries. So read and write. That gives you power. You will not know how much you learn. You may not realize this now, but over a period of time, you will definitely understand that you benefited a lot by reading.
True. True. Thank you so
Ma'am,
much.
thank you for the valuable time and tips.
And
We learned a lot today.
yes, one more thing, work consistently. If you
True.
do not get a subject or a topic in a particular subject, don't give up. Okay, when you are in a very good mood to learn, read it very lightly. Don't sit and learn it. Then you are already stressed. When that panic, definitely no learning will take place. Read it very lightly. Read it again lightly, second time, third time. Don't pressure yourself that you should understand it. Keep reading, do that light reading 4-5 times. Every time you would have learned one new thing, one extra thing in every time you read that passage or that concept, whatever. Don't give up. Never give up.